Shalom. Kohala Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the 144,000, the elect of the nation of Israel that's teaching in truth, sincerity, and diligence for the sake of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. Yeah, it's becoming more evident of the times and seasons which we living in here in the planet Earth, which will ultimately be the end times, man. Yeah, the end of an age, the end of this current rulership under the so-called white man, Esau Edom, in his reign of terror. You see, all things is pretty much circling the drain, and it's even becoming more evident amongst the masses here in the planet Earth. You see, it's an article from End Time Headlines. It says 4 in 10 adults in the U.S. believe humanity is living in the end times. Yeah, you see, in which, we are indeed in the end times, man. And it's being played out through the prophecies that's unfolding here in the planet Earth, which gives us the evidence, of the end. You see, real quick, this the book of Matthew. Matter of fact, this the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3. He said, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come." Speaking of what, man? The prophecies. You see? And it would not tarry. So ultimately, that vision that was for an appointed time, which are the things that we're seeing bud forth here in this lifetime concerning the prophetic sayings that would pretty much give you the understanding of the times and seasons that you're living in, far as wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, pestilence and famines, and even evils increasing, man. And that word evil's going into bad times. You see a time of crisis pretty much rising, here in the planet Earth, ultimately, right here in America, Babylon the Great. But that vision was for an appointed time, and we are living in that appointed time where that vision is becoming more and more vivid, man. You see, real quick, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 3. "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" In which this end of the world is ultimately going into the end of an age, which would be the world of the so-called white man, Esau Edom. He's saying, Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, "Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, the anointed, and shall deceive many." In which you see this being played out by way of these camps coming with false doctrines. Niggas popping up saying that they King David, and that's pretty much those antichrist that was going to pop up. You having scoffers, in which that word scoffer goes back into false teachers. You see, all the signs of the end is pretty much burned forth. You see, and he say, and shall deceive many, because you considering these congregations with these large amounts of numbers of people, he's saying, "Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." And we hearing these wars and rumors of wars, Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Hamas, and Syria, China and Taiwan. You see, and it's only intensifying more and more where other nations are breaking out in the war, man. Even Yemen are preparing for war. You see, and Yemen is a very small country, man. But this the season we living in. You see, the end is manifesting. He said, "For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places," in which all these things are pretty much in action here in the planet Earth. You see, he said all these are the beginning of sorrows. You see? So these are the beginning stages of the end times manifesting, man, in which right now you're hearing about them, but ultimately they're going to morph into the perfection where it's going to affect your day-to-day life, man. And those end times are going to ultimately become more evident to you if you don't believe, man. You see? Because they're only going to intensify the crisis, the evils, the insurrections, the seditions, the famines, the pestilence, the earthquakes, the natural disasters, the wars. Everything is going to continue to intensify until it reaches perfection to the point where America is getting bombed, man. You know? And real quick, this the book of Revelation, chapter 22, and verse 10. He said unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecies of this book, for the time is at hand, you see? The time is at hand where these things is pretty much manifesting and showing themselves here in the planet Earth. And the wise of the people is pretty much getting a glimpse and knowing the time and season we living in which you go into that word time. Strong's G 2540, it says, due measures, a measure of time, a longer or smaller portion of time. Hence, it says a fixed and definite time, the time when things are brought to crisis, you see? And this is ultimately what's about to come down the pipes, man. The time when things are pretty much brought to crisis, man. Bad times in itself. This is what's at hand. This is what's ultimately about to unfold. You see, because he tell you. And this is pretty much the evidence. When things go to shit, people going to understand and know the time and season they're living in. Yep, this is the book of Ezekiel 7 and verse 5. He said, thus said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come, you see? And those evils is synonymous with the end, man. So when the evils start to pick up here in the planet Earth, it's ultimately a part of the end unfolding. You know, he said the morning is coming to thee, all that dwelleth in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountain. You see, the day of trouble is near, that time of crisis, which is about to unfold. You see, and you go into this word time here. Strong's H 6256. It says time of an event. You see? Yeah, it says a occurrence, occasion, you know, in which this occasion is ultimately centered around evils and troublesome times unfolding here in the planet Earth, in which this is the fashion that the Lord has chosen to present himself, man. You know, the earth is going to be in trouble from the prophecies unfolding here in the planet Earth. And these are the times where these things is ultimately being brought forth and about to unfold, man. And here it is, the masses of the people, ultimately right here in this society, Babylon the Great, America, are dwelling in peace and safety as if nothing bad is going to take place. And ultimately, this is when these things is going to hit the hardest, man. You know, when these things unfold, it's going to hit America the hardest. You see, this the book of First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Yeah. So we ultimately know and understand the time and season we living in, because we see the prophecies of the Lord unfolding, the prophecies that he warned in the scriptures, man, concerning the MOTB, you know, which is that CHIP device that they're trying to put under your skin and ultimately keep you maintained and sustained in society. You know, the famine increasing, the wars, the pestilence, and evils unfolding is all synonymous of the end, man. You know, he said, for when they should say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they should not escape. Yeah, you're not going to escape, because it's going to be something that you have not at all looked for, or even it hasn't even entered into your mind, nor are you concerned with the things that's about to take place here in the planet Earth, man, which is centered around doom, you know, terrible fate. You see, and this is what's about to take place in America. This is the vision that was spoken of towards America, Babylon the Great, man. You know, and these things that we are in the light of, we're not in the darkness as these Americans, because they're asleep under that Babylon Jews trying to follow out the American dream, man, which is going to lead them to being destroyed along with that dream. You see? But these are the things that's unfolding here in the planet Earth, and it's ultimately the end unfolding, man. You know, it's Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 5. He said, whoso keepeth the commandment shall fear no evil thing, in which this is the only way for you to escape the evils by hearkening to the commandment, which is Yahweh Shai, man. You know, he said, and a wise man's heart, which goes back to his mind, discerning both time and judgment. And ultimately, you discern the times by the judgments that's showcasing themselves in the earth. You know it's time because of the judgment showcasing themselves, the prophecies, man. You know, and this is why the masses, or ultimately 4 in 10 adults in the U.S. are able to discern the season that they're living in from the judgments that's taking place in the earth that's giving off that end time effect, man. You know, and this is where we at. And this is what's ultimately taking place in the earth. The end is unfolding right before the eyes of these people, and they can't even see it. But like the scriptures say, the same must know it after death by pain. Then you gonna get it, man. You know, he tell you, then should they know that a prophet was amongst them. So when these things suddenly start to unfold, you're gonna know that a prophet was amongst you, man. But I just wanted to speak on that through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shai, Lord willing. So let's edify straight to the point in this video. Say shalom.